everyone, and welcome back to another It's a Hard Crohn's Life. Today is an extra exciting video because we are joined by the lovely IBD Fit.
Hi.
Woohoo! So basically, we're going to be talking all things fitness related today, why it's important to incorporate it into your lifestyle, and hopefully it will give you some motivation to basically get moving. Hello.
Hi.
So, the main question I think that everybody wants to know is, why is it so important to add fitness into your routine, or daily routine, weekly, whatever you've got time for?
I think it's really important because we all know that even if you don't have IBD, that fitness is really important. You know, it increases strength. It really helps with reducing heart problems. Like, there's a lot of benefits, even as a non-chronic illness sufferer,
Yep.
that there are all these health benefits. But for us, we've also seen that there's studies that show that it actually reduces inflammation.
Right.
And for me personally, whilst reducing inflammation is key,
Wow, yeah.
also reducing stress. It is a great stress reliever. We all know that stress can be a trigger for IBD.
Completely, yep.
Yeah, so it's another really good way to reduce stress and, you know, get rid of all the tensions of the day, and reduces anxiety, and it just helps take the pressure off of your immune system a little bit when you're exerting all that energy.
Exactly. So what types of fitness would you personally recommend?
For me, I think it depends on like your capabilities. Like, obviously I'm not a PT. I'm a person who has Crohn's disease who has really benefited from getting back into fitness.
Yeah.
So definitely listen to your body and, you know, seek out actual professional advice. But for me, you know, as a regular person who has Crohn's disease and who's into fitness,
Yeah.
my recommendation would be, like, if you can do something like running, that's really good because, you know, it increases your heart rate, which is really good for actually having a lower heart rate throughout the rest of the day.
Right.
And it increases your bone density, which is really important, you know, because some of us will have been on steroids, which depletes the bone density.
See, I didn't even know this. That's amazing.
Yeah, so there's some things like that where you can use exercise to sort of, you know, take control back of your health a little bit.
Yeah.
But obviously running can be quite high impact, and it's outdoors, and, you know, if you're having a bit of a flare, the last thing you want to be doing is running.
Exactly. Personally, I hate running.
Yeah.
So it is, a lot of people say that if you do something, what is it, for 2 weeks solid, then you're into a habit and then you'll enjoy it more.
Yeah. That, like, and getting started is one of the most difficult. Is one of the most difficult things as well.
Yeah.
But if we're coming back to running, it can be quite high impact as well.
Right.
So, as a Crohn's or colitis sufferer, it might not be your preferred choice. You're outdoors, you're not near a toilet, and it's high impact.
Yeah. Okay.
However, you could do something like swimming if you do have arthritis. Sometimes there are comorbidities with having IBD. I personally have 3 other autoimmune conditions.
Right.
So, you know, they kind of stack up. You know, we like to collect them. What can we say? We're greedy for our autoimmune conditions. So sometimes you have to take into consideration those things as well.
Right.
So if you're not flaring, but the running is too high impact, you could always go swimming. It's amazing. It's low impact. Like, you really get a sweat on and you work out. It's a whole body workout.
Right.
So you're really increasing your strength. You know, it's so good for your health.
See, that's interesting because I very rarely go swimming, but when I do, how much better I feel after is, I'm talking fatigue-wise, is unbelievable. I've always been ready for the rest of the day when I've done swimming, and so, which is strange because I don't know why I don't do it more. Really,
it can be hard to incorporate, I think, into your daily routine. You got to get to a pool, then there's time, and, you know, for women or men with long hair, you know, you really, you know, you got to dry it, you got to style it, and sometimes it can be.
This has all got to happen before you go to work or when you get home.
Yes, and, you know, if you do have a family as well, sometimes that can be difficult. Although, swimming at the weekends a lot easier. You could do different workouts Monday to Friday to incorporate you know, working week, family week, and you can even take the kids to the pool, and as long as you're splashing around and having a good time and you're getting out there and you're you know, you're exercising, it's a really good way, I think, to like get into things, like you know, get back into it.
So that's brilliant. So far we've got running, we've got swimming. What are your views on the whole yoga for mental health side of things?
I'm actually a huge advocate for it. I love yoga.
Really?
Yeah, love yoga. I'm not very good at it, and for anyone who watches me on Instagram, like, you know, you can see that my balancing and my reverse warriors are not, you know, they're not the best.
So basically, don't go to IBD Fit if you want any yoga tips.
Yeah, no. I mean, come for the solidarity in the learning a new skill, but yeah, don't come for the tips.
Right, okay.
But I think it's really good. It's really helped me.
Right. What, in terms of clearing your mind?
Yeah.
Or what sort of...
Yeah, so yoga's like an active meditation.
Right.
So I find it quite difficult to actually sit down and meditate. I do try because I do believe that it's really good for us.
Yeah, I've tried.
But I have a really busy mind. So for me, yoga is active meditation, and it's active meditation for everyone. It is active meditation.
Yeah.
Like, I have to concentrate really hard on where I'm putting my hands, my legs, my body position, how I'm holding myself, is my back straight, are my knees, you know, my knees locked, are they not locked? You know, there's a lot of things that you have to think about just concentrating on your body, and it's so good for clearing the mind. I find it really good for de-stressing.
Right, so basically, long story short, I went to a yoga class a few years ago and I was getting my really bad anxiety. And I went twice and I didn't find it beneficial, but I was told that you're supposed to actually do it for a longer period of time before you notice the benefits.
Yeah.
Is this true?
Yeah, definitely.
Right,
like on my
I should have carried on going.
It's hard though, because if you go to a yoga class and you see all the yogis who are there.
The yogis?
They're
the yogis?
That's what they're called.
Is this a thing?
Yeah.
Never knew that.
You know, they're super flexible, they're doing handstands, they're doing all this stuff. But if you go to like a beginner's class and you have somebody like push you and, you know, like position you into the right, and you feel it a little bit better, and it does take a while. And there's lots of different styles and different types of yoga as well. There's really relaxing, calming, stretching ones. There's really active ones that are really difficult, and you get a proper sweat on from doing it, and you're exhausted afterwards, and you're like, oh my goodness, I thought this was supposed to be relaxing.
So this is the advanced, clearly. So anyone who hasn't done it before, find a beginner's class.
Yeah, beginner's class, or like, just for me, I do most of my yoga in the house. So
this is important, isn't it?
Yeah, you can,
because you
can
don't
do it
have
anywhere.
to. Yeah, you don't have to go out the house to actually do fitness.
No, and I do most of my fitness
really
in the house. Like 90% of my fitness.
Wow.
Is
See,
in the
I'm
house.
the complete opposite. I haven't got the motivation at home. I will end up sitting down and doing nothing.
Yeah.
Rather than actually getting up and doing something. So I have to go somewhere. So it just goes to show how different everyone is.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. For me, I find, like you say, the motivation like difficult if you're in the house. So I joined an online fitness program where you have to like you have to complete a certain program, and for me that really helped with the motivation, because I was like, oh well, I'm not like, I can't stop, or I can't let my online team down like if I don't show up, even though they don't know.
They have no idea.
Well, I don't know. I'm just pressing play. But for me, that really helped. Like that idea of completing, like starting at the beginning and getting to the end of something. Yeah. Because before I joined this program, and I was just doing like random online free workouts, I didn't have the motivation. Where this program is already created for you. So you don't have to think about it. It's so easy. You literally get up on day 1, you hit play. On day 2, you hit play.
And you have to do exactly
what they do. So how do you find motivation to like leave the house and go to the gym or run or swim or something?
Well, I have found that getting up and going out and doing something straight away gives me the motivation in itself. If I get up and I'll have breakfast and then I sit down, if I put the telly on, then there's a no-go.
Game over.
Yeah. So I make a conscious effort of, one, not putting a dressing gown on, and I know that sounds really silly.
No, it's psychological.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, with that, and also not putting the telly on. So I will get up, have something to eat in silence. I know, but boring. But I will go then straight away. Okay, so how quick did you see an improvement then? When you started your fitness, how quick did you notice, you know, a considerable amount of difference that is actually working?
I think it's really hard to quantify. It's more that I notice when I don't do it.
Right.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So when I'm doing it and I'm in the routine, I feel good, but I think it's really difficult to actually notice when you feel good.
Until you stop.
Yeah. And then you stop, and then you feel a bit anxious, or you feel a bit like moody, or your tummy does feel a bit more grumbly, or because there's multiple benefits from working out. It's not just beneficial for your physical health, but it is beneficial for your mental health.
Oh, completely.
So for me, it's more when I don't do it, and then I'm like, I get a bit like, like I need to do it, but I can't because I'm not well enough.
Right. You end up beating yourself up about it, don't you?
You do a little bit, and I try really hard not to do that, because we're all human. We can't obviously work out 24/7.
No, of course not.
You do what you can when you can. And because I do enjoy it now, I didn't enjoy it at the beginning. I just
After
feel
2 weeks?
Yeah.
She got into that bit.
Yeah, exactly, like at least 2 weeks. But I think I'd say maybe like a month of probably like 5 to 6 workouts a week.
Right.
Yeah, so it was consistent. And don't get me wrong, like I didn't launch into doing like an hour workout every single day.
No,
at the beginning I eased myself in. But like I eased myself in by doing like 15 minutes a day for 3 days. 15 minutes a day for 4 days, and that 15 minutes a day 5 days, and then 30 minutes for 3 days, 30 minutes for 4 days. And you just built up so slowly.
So that's good, because if I've ever done, I always used to do an hour's workout at the gym, and if I was ever sort of not feeling it, I'd go there for half an hour and I'd come out really disappointed with myself, thinking, oh, I've done nothing. But I have. Like, it's true. You're saying 15 minutes is absolutely fine.
Yeah, definitely. Because you know your own body, and you know what your own limits are. Yeah. Like, don't do 15 minutes if you can do 30 minutes. Do 30 if you can do 30.
Yeah.
Push yourself, because you'll feel so much better and satisfied. And there's days when I wake up and I have no motivation, but I know how good I feel after, and I have to remember that.
So think of the after.
Yes. 100%. Like the other morning, my alarm went off at 6:10, and I'm not a morning person. I was like, oh, maybe I just won't do it today. Like, maybe I just won't. I'm like, well, why would I do that to myself? Because I feel so much better afterwards.
So straight away, you got up, you went.
So I got up, I did it. It wasn't straight away, because I'm always a bit more Crohn'sy in the morning. Right. So I give myself like 10 minutes to like wake up, put some workout clothes on, see if I need the bathroom. Maybe I do, maybe I don't.
A lot of people I've spoke to in the morning, their symptoms are a lot worse.
Yes, and that's because your immune system is more active in the morning.
Right, okay. Well, I never knew that either.
Yeah, your immune system's more active like during the night when you sleep.
Right.
And that carries through until the morning.
Right, okay.
Which is why if you do night shifts and you work sort of on social hours, that you can become much more unwell than if you work 9 to 5.
Wow, I never knew that.
So you were saying about going to the gym. So I do my workouts in the house. But you were saying that you go to the gym. So what brought you to begin that sort of fitness journey?
For me, do you know what? I'll be completely honest. The reason I went in the first place was to put on weight.
Oh.
Yeah, completely different than I know a lot of people go to the gym for. But ever since I was young, even before I got Crohn's, colitis, I was so thin, and I hated it. Like, no joke, I would, at some point when I was a kid, I would wear 2 pairs of trousers to make myself look fatter. Oh. That's how much I hated it.
I totally relate though. I had people shout at me in the street for being too skinny, because I was diagnosed really young.
Oh. And the thing is it can take that one person to say something, and it stays with you. So I got to the point where I realised that obviously these people were going to you see on Instagram, online, all these different people were going to the gym to, get their bum bigger and get bigger. And I was thinking, bulk. Exactly, and I was thinking, well, why don't I try to do that? So really there was like a whole mound of benefits for me.
Yeah.
In the long run.
Yeah, it's really good that you noticed like not only physical benefits and mental benefits.
Yeah, unbelievable.
I think that this really circles back as to why it's so important to try and fit even small amounts of fitness into your daily routine.
Yeah.
I've heard so many people say like work it in, like brushing your teeth, like, oh, I have to brush my teeth before I go to work, so I also need to do my workout before I go to work. Or you know.
Do you know what? It's funny you saying that, because when my son was little and well, even now when he's in the bath, I don't do it as much now, but when he was little and I didn't have hardly any time to myself, I would do my squats while he was in the bath.
Oh, amazing.
And also squats and things like that while I was holding him and things like that, because
he's a weight as well, so you're doing weighted squats.
Exactly. He was involved, everyone was happy.
Yeah, and this is it, you just need to steal little moments. Like, I get that like not everyone can like sign up to an online program. There are lots of free programs out there as well.
That's true. That is true. Yeah, because some of them are really expensive.
Yeah, some of them are. I saved up a little bit for mine. Mine was like a one-off payment for the year. But it's worth its weight in gold. It's been the best thing I've ever spent my money on.
Really?
Yeah, 100%. Like, they send you like some of the equipment and stuff.
Oh wow. So see, that just goes to show, because you get emails and you get sort of things coming through sometimes, and it's easy to think, oh, they just offer you money and they're not going to help me.
Yeah.
But you're living proof that it actually does work.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Okay. Probably last but not least now, I was going to ask you, because this is a question that I've had quite a lot about. When you see people going to the gym and doing all their fitness, you see them with, you know, their protein shakes, their supplements. Do you think this is important? Because I didn't go along the protein shake route.
Yeah.
I've always had my supplements that I like to take.
Yeah.
But do you think this is important?
I think it's probably down to like a personal preference.
Right.
Like, I've never done a protein shake. I do a nutritional shake.
Right.
Because again, you know, we've got IBD. Sometimes it's hard to absorb all the nutrients that you need from food. For me personally, I've actually had the bit of my bile cut out that does most of the absorption.
Right.
So a nutritional shake for me is good, because if I've done like a cardio session, which I hate, but I do anyway, then it's good to have like a shake or something afterwards.
Right, okay.
So I also have a shake if I'm feeling particularly Crohnsy and I don't feel like I can actually tolerate solid food, so I'll have a nutritional shake then. So I think that they're good to have on hand.
Right, okay.
But I don't think that the be all and end all.
It's not a must.
No, I think as long as you're looking after your diet anyway.
Yeah.
As long as you're getting all the nutrients and vitamins that you need from your food, then you don't need a shake. But it depends what your goals are.
Well, this is the thing, because I was always told when I first started going to the gym to put on weight originally, I was told that unless you have, you know, a protein shake, you're not going to get any muscle mass. You're not going to put on any weight. Well, that was a complete lie, because I definitely did.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
So I suppose maybe it would take longer.
Yeah, I guess so. I think it depends. There's just a lot of factors. I think you need to do, it depends what your goal is, and then do the research
on the
that you need to do to fulfill that goal.
Yeah. So on the whole supplement and diet thing, I would love if you could come back for another video, because if any of you don't know already, you are actually vegan, aren't you?
Yes.
So I have no idea with the whole, you know, veganism, anything like that. So I would love for you to come back and just discuss it, really.
Yeah, absolutely.
Talk about how it's benefited you,
yeah,
you know, etc., etc.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd love to come back. I know it's a bit controversial being a vegan and having Crohn's disease, but I'm more than happy to answer all questions. If any of your viewers have any questions,
that would be great.
Send them in. I'll answer them the best that I can.
Definitely. If you have any questions about anything we've spoke about, or the next video we're going to touch on, just put them in the comments below. Also follow us both on Instagram if you don't already, and would love to see you all back soon. If you haven't already yet, please don't forget to subscribe, give it a big thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you all soon. Bye.